Welcome to the Lotus Rocher Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. Hello and welcome back to the Lotus Rocher Ignite Show. We have a sensational guest here this evening. Many of you have seen her on her whirlwind pageants, and she is just a stellar lady. She's not only a lady of pageants and commentary, she is a lady of power. She is none other than the CEO of Powerhouse. Now listen, many of you are coming in. I want you to know that I know tonight is election night, but we're coming to you tonight to help you elect to make some powerhouse changes in your life, because tonight we are talking about the powerhouse in you. So let me get right to the chase. Go ahead and get your notepad. Get your notepad and do this other thing. Get your pen, honey, because note takers are money makers. And if you're ready to make some significant powerhouse change in your life, you have got to have your notepad in your pen, because it's time for you to win right here on Lotus Rocher Ignite Show. So listen, if you don't know about the remarkable Miss Pamela Luhing, she is a coach for life and business coaches and entrepreneurs. She's the host of the Ultimate Planning Hour and a co-host for Embrace Your Boldness and Bring Who You Are. Coach P is a transformation speaker, and tonight she is speaking to you. So I'm going to open up in a different way because she's got something serious to say. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody that I've got Coach P on the box tonight. So I'm going to take a quick break. Now, when you come in here, make sure you go ahead and let us know where you're coming in from. So if you're ready to see Coach P, do it with me. Put a number 2 in the comment block below, and we're going to get this thing on the go. Be right back. Welcome to the Lotus Rocher Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. Hello. Come on in, my friend. Come on in and get in where you're fitting, because I always got room around my table for you. Tonight, I've got a fabulous guest, and I'm not going to make you wait any longer, because I know you're ready to get some powerhouse stuff going with yourself, because tonight we're going to be talking about the powerhouse in you. And I've got the CEO of Powerhouse herself, Miss, welcome her, Pamela Luhing.
Great evening.
Hey. Good to see you, Pam. Super duper happy to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here. I've been waiting on this opportunity. I've been watching you with your wonderful guests all around the world, Lotus, and you are just incredible. But I'm going to get you about one thing. Our background is in the red or burgundy. Yes. Tonight is a pink and green kind of night. See, I have my pink blazer, my hot pink blazer on, my pearls tonight representing my green.
We got the pearls. Amen. So Pam, I'm so delighted to have you here, because you're always doing so many things to inspire and enhance the lives of so many other people. And folks, if you're just coming in, come on in and get in where you fit in, because I have the remarkable Miss Pamela Luhing. She is a coach for life and business coaches and entrepreneurs. And she She also is the host of the Ultimate Planning Hour and co-host for Embrace Your Boldness and Bring Who You Are. Coach P is a transformation speaker. She's a speaker. So if you need someone to speak into your life, to speak into your business, to speak into you, really understanding the powerhouse in you, she's your lady. So Pam, tonight is election night. And so many people are running around trying to get that last minute vote in. Yeah. And I would say, get your vote in, honey. Get your vote in. Get your vote in. Oh, yeah. So Pam, I know you got your vote in.
I got my vote in a couple of weeks ago. I took Mama to get her vote in on Friday. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, we got our vote in.
All right. So getting the vote in is great. And so let's look at who else is getting their vote in from the comments as they're here, because I was telling people if they want to see you to put a number 2 in the comment block below. So let's see who is got the party going. Angela Elting from Washington, D.C. She said, like, share, and start a watch party. And I say, run and tell somebody. She's coming in from Washington, D.C. Nikki Hammer, the dynamic diva, all the way from Chi-Town. She's here. Good to see you, Nikki. And Harris from the Philippines. He's got a 2 in there. Thank you so much. Darnell, let us know where you're coming in from, Miss Darnell. Nikki Hammer's got that 2 in there. And let's see. Hello, good evening. Please don't forget to swipe or share the broadcast. Did you start your own watch party yet? Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And we've got several 2s. Miss Darnell is streaming in from Florida, and of course, Mr. Harris is streaming in from the Philippines. So, look at what else we got. Matching beauties. Yep, we got.
I love it. Yes, wearing these pearls tonight. Wearing the pearls.
That's right. This is how powerhouses show up. So remember I said, get your notepad and your pen because it's time to win, because Pamela Lu Hing is in the house and she's going to be talking to us about the powerhouse in you. So Pam, let's get right into it. Again, I want to thank you for being here today. So what inspired you to come to the show? That's the first question. That's what people want to know.
You did. That's it. I mean, working with you, Lotus, we've known each other for probably about 6-7 months now.
Yes.
And I feel like it's been a lifetime. Yes. And so, the other thing is I've been watching your shows and I was so excited just to be a guest tonight because I've been working with you on the Bring Who You Are.
Yes.
And then you blessed our family with the beautiful video to commemorate my cousin Gwenny's life.
Yes.
And then you and your family stepped up, your team stepped up and redesigned the planning system. And it's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, thank you.
How could I not be here tonight to show up? Yes, I had to be here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for saying that. And so, folks, I know you guys heard me say she is the CEO of the Powerhouse Unlimited, right? Let me get it right.
LLC, that's it.
All right, but check this out. Not only is she the CEO of the Powerhouse Unlimited LLC, she is powerhousing you and me tonight. And she's going to tell us what is the Powerhouse Woman in Motion. So can you tell us what it is and what is the movement? Because this is not just a fly-by-night thing, Pam. This is a movement. So tell us about that movement.
Well, first of all, I'd like to really say the movement begins with me, because if I don't think that I'm a powerhouse, how can I empower other women to believe and really embrace the fact that they're powerhouses? So it really begins with me. And who am I? First of all, I have to go there, Lotus. Who am I? I am a mother, first of all. I'm a daughter, second of all, right? Or I guess to say, if I didn't do the second thing, I couldn't get the first thing in. So I should say I'm a daughter. I'm the caregiver of my mom. My mom is here with us and she lives with us. And I just love taking care of her. I have my 29-year-old son, Alante, and a Valentino, and my daughter, Santa Marie. She's 17. So that's who I am to begin with. And I guess, number one, I'm a child of God. I really, I love the Lord, and I love his power and his might and how he works through us. And that's what inspires me to do what I do to empower women. And so you asked me a poignant question. What is the Powerhouse Woman in Motion movement? It actually started when I was downsized back in 2010.
Yes.
And then I started my journey of becoming a coach. So I became a Christian life coach. And then I began to coach around business. I've been in business for over 30 years in various capacities. And that's what happened. And so I really love working with women. I love working with all people, but especially women. And so the Powerhouse Woman in Motion movement is all about women. The Powerhouse Woman in
Yes.
Motion movement is about building your dreams. The Powerhouse Woman in Motion movement is about moving on purpose, being intentional in that movement. The Powerhouse Woman in Motion movement is about creating your successes step
Yes.
by step. There's no overnight success. It is a marathon and not a sprint. The Powerhouse Woman in Motion movement is about planning your life from A to Z and Z back to A, and about
Yes.
giving life to those plans and not sitting on their laurels, not waiting for them to happen, but getting up every single day and inch by inch, moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month, and year by year, making it happen. That's what a Powerhouse Woman in Motion movement is all about.
Awesome, so awesome. So I want to say, give me a high five. Why don't you give me a high five? You got to meet you. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you didn't take notes on what a powerhouse woman in motion is, you're gonna get them notes because we're gonna tell you again. Because it's really about giving yourself the plan that you need, living life to your plan. You've got to do it. So now let me just say this as well. Like Pam said, we've known each other for a bit, and I have had the wonderful pleasure of meeting her children. And so, Pam, I'm going to Front Street on you. I'm going to Front Street because not only are you a powerhouse woman in motion in business, you're a powerhouse woman in motion as a mother, because I happen to know somebody kids happen to be entrepreneurs themselves.
They
Am
are.
I correct?
They are.
And so when you are a powerhouse woman in motion, you are an example. And your children and your children's children and your grandchildren, your great grand, and your nieces, your nephews, anybody connected around you or to you, you are an example for. So thank you so much for sharing that. So if you like what she said, if you want to be a powerhouse in motion, or even if you think that you are a powerhouse woman in motion, go ahead, put a 3 in the comment block below. Put a 3 in the comment block below. So thank you so much for sharing that. So let's get right into, you got a new program going on. It's called the Ultimate Planning Hour. Okay. Where you come on and you talk to people and you inspire, you empower, you enlighten, and you educate. So tell us a little bit about that. And then I'm going to jump right to a little something that you do as your introductory when you start your program. So tell us a little bit about that, the Ultimate Planning Hour.
So the Ultimate Planning Hour was birthed out of the planning system. And I wanted an opportunity to be able to come to those who are ready to move and ready to move now every single week to educate, equip, and empower them to really get some clarity, to package their brilliance and create that life and business that they can be proud of and that they love. And so every Monday at 10 a.m., we come on and we have had some fabulous guests. Matter of fact, you were on last week. And so I so appreciate that you came and you educated us and empowered us. And so that's what the planning hour is all about. So after the planning hour, what I'd like to do is we're going to parlay that into a master's class that's coming up, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But it's so important as entrepreneurs that we stay engaged, that we stay connected. And so I want to be a resource to be able to stay connected to the information that you need to be successful in your life and business. And so that's what the Ultimate Planning Hour is all about.
Awesome. So awesome. So I see a bunch of folks you streaming in. I hope you put your 3s in the comment below. And I want you to also do one other thing for us. If you need a plan so that you can plan your life for success, I also want you to put a number 4 in the comment block below. And as we go to the ultimate planning hour. I'm going to give you a little taste of how she opens up. Here we go. So Pam, I really like your cover. I really like how you open up. I really like the ticker. It's beautiful. For every plan in your life, you got to have the ultimate planner by Powerhouse Woman in Motion, the great, wonderful Coach B, Pamela Lou Henny. You want to do the best that you can do. So, be a powerhouse woman in motion. All right. I love it. So, folks, make sure you join her 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Pam, when does it begin?
10 a.m. Central Time.
All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, you know, we're talking about how to be a powerhouse woman in motion. And now, men, you can be a powerhouse in motion as well.
That's right.
We don't leave anybody out. You can be a powerhouse woman. You can be a powerhouse woman in motion. You can be a powerhouse man in motion. So we just want to clear that up. And so, Pam, let's talk about your care method, because we've been talking a while, and you've shared the care method with us as I think it's a part of the powerhouse concept. So what is the care method?
So the care method is the framework of the planning system. And the care method is designed to give you clarity, to help you stay accountable to your plans, and really to keep you centered and focused. So it's critical to utilize the care method. So what does it stand for? The C is for continue. So what in your life or business are you doing or have you done that you want to continue? We're moving into 2021. So we, of course, are approaching the end of 2020. And our many folks can't wait to get out of 2020, right? But there's some lessons learned. We've had, some people have been truly blessed in 2020, and some people have really had a tough time. And so what we want to do is we really want to assess where we are and what we want to do to continue to move into 2021. So what has served us well in 2020, and then what we're going to do to move into 2021. Then the add. What do we need to add to our plans? What do we need to add to our life? What do we need to add to who we are? Is it education? Do we need some more training? Do we need a coach? What do we need to add to our life or business to make us catapult us into our 2021? And then what do we need to reposition? Perhaps you're doing some things in life or business that are okay, but they could be better or best served in another way, right? So what can we reposition? And then lastly, eliminate. That's the E. We all know there are some things in our lives, whether they be habits, behaviors, or people even, that we just need to eliminate. And it's okay. It's okay to eliminate it. But in order for us to move forward, we've got to be able to eliminate and then to move on. So that essentially is the care method.
All right. I like that. And really, when a person follows the care method by doing each methodical step, I tell you folks, you can really unleash your potential. Because a lot of times, Pam, people's potential is kept locked up because they don't want to release things that they're holding so closely to. So Pam, when you talk about the care method and we get to that thing where we're talking about some things we need to add and some things we need to let go, can you give us maybe one quick tip before we take a quick commercial break? One thing that they can add and one they need to eliminate?
So one thing that you can add to your, and we're talking business tonight, one thing that you can add to your business is a great coach. And I say that because I needed one myself. And I know how critical having a coach can be, and a team. So you need a coach and you need a team like yours, Lotus, that is able to support you in your goals and your aspirations. Who can help you with your social media, help you with your calendar, help you with your planning, help you with your marketing in business. So it's critical that you have a great coach and a great team to support you.
So this is something I want to ask you, Pam, because some people, they don't really know what a team is, because oftentimes we see people, they have a slew of people around them, but they don't integrate with that team and let those who are great in those areas that they need the team for really exercise that. And I noticed that you do that very well. When you collaborate with a team, you tell teams, just tell me like it is. What do I need to do? But some people aren't able to do that. So what if a person finds that they're not able to really just relax and let the team help them? Because there's just no I in team.
That's right. That's right. Well, first of all, Lotus, what I've come to find is it's got to be the right team. Because if it's not the right team, all of your efforts will be for naught. You'll experience much frustration, and it just won't work. It's not serving you well. It doesn't serve the person well or the team well. And so you've got to have the right team. And first of all, before you even get the team, you've got to get really clear on what you need the team to do. So getting clear on the roles and responsibilities and how you're going to work with the team. For instance, if we talk about having an assistant as a small business, and I primarily work with women, I coach women coaches and entrepreneurs in that 0 to 3 year phase. And so in that, especially in that 0 to 3 year phase, it's interesting, Lotus. Let's just be quite honest. It is quite interesting in that 0 to 3 year phase, right? It's interesting at any phase when you're an entrepreneur, but especially when you're a brand new entrepreneur. And so when you're selecting an assistant, it's very important to understand the person's capabilities, what's their bandwidth, right? And exactly what you need them to do, and getting very clear on what you need them to do. And do you need them as an assistant? Or in the assistant capacity, are you looking for help to schedule? Are you looking for help to create your social media graphics? And or are you looking for someone who is marketing focused, who can actually help you generate leads, right? It's very different. So if you hire someone and you say, okay, I want you to be my assistant, and you're not clear, and they come in and they're creating graphics and they are just posting for you and working with your analytics and things like that. I shouldn't say analytics because that goes into marketing, but they're just posting for you, and they think that is marketing. Well, there's a lot more that goes into marketing, as we well know, right? It's not about posting the graphics, but it's about engaging with prospective clients and really building relationship. And so again, that's why it's so important to understand what you need, first of all, and then getting the right team, and then getting the right butts in the right seats.
Exactly. And also you have to have a strategic plan.
Right.
Because the strategic plan is one of the foundations of success or failure. That's right. We've heard it said before, if we fail to plan, we do what, Pam?
You plan to fail every time.
Plan to fail. And so when you get that plan in place, once you have that right team and you get that right strategic plan in place, this is something that I've heard said recently as well. Even though lumps and bumps may come in the road, the goal should not change. The strategy to get to the goal may have to change, because let's look at COVID-19. It has changed the very way we do business. So we had to change some of our strategy of how we were going to get to where we're trying to go, but the goal stayed the same. So you have to have that strategic plan. And guess what? Everybody's got to be on board. Because what happens if they're not on board?
you fail to plan again. You fail to plan. And the critical element is that the energy is wasted.
Exactly.
The time is wasted, money is wasted when
Exactly.
there's no plan in place. And so again, the strategic planning is very important, and understanding where you're going, being very clear, being very
Yes.
focused, and then getting the right butts in the right seats. And from good to great, and I forget the author's name, but that's an excellent book to understand how to really
Mhm.
create esprit de corps with a team. It's an
Right.
excellent book, how to get the right butts in the right seats.
Right.
It's
So,
critical.
is it from good to great? Don't they have isn't it an audio book as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So I think it's by Jim Collins. Jim
Colin.
Collins,
Mhm.
From Good to Great. It's by Jim
Mhm.
Collins, if my memory serves me. So I'll post that up later too, so you can see it. It's by Jim Collins, From Good to Great. So another thing with your strategic plan, even though things may shift and change, you still got to stay connected to your plan
That's
and
right.
to your team, to
Mhm.
your people. So the way you do that is by having great communication. And that's one of the things that the powerhouse woman in motion does. She communicates what she's trying to do. She takes that strategic plan and she turns it, she executes it.
Mhm.
But this is, like we said, one of the most important things is communication. So Pam, what would you tell someone? And see, y'all, I'm getting it out of y'all. I'm getting it out. I told her one before we went to break, but I got to get this. So Pam, what would you tell a person, a powerhouse in motion, that about communication?
First of all, listening is critical. Before we even speak, we need to listen to understand exactly what's being asked of us. Like you asked me about not just adding, but you all asked for an example for us
Yes.
to eliminate, right?
Yes.
So let's tie both of them in and say this, that we have to eliminate poor communication,
Yeah.
because
Woo.
yes, we've got to eliminate poor communication altogether.
Yes.
There's no room
Yes.
for poor communication. And so what does good communication, effective communication look like?
Yes.
Number
I
one
like it.
is we got to listen to understand, and not just to be understood. Because a lot of
Right.
times we want to listen and we're thinking, I need to help the other person understand where I am. No,
Right.
we're listening to understand where they are. We're
Exactly.
listening we're listening not just with our ears, we're listening with our minds as we're processing what they're saying. And we're also listening with our hearts, with
Yes.
empathy, right? And so we've got to eliminate the poor communication because it gets us nowhere. Okay. It's
Exactly.
zero. And
Exactly.
so once we hear what the person has said, there's always an opportunity to look for the win-win in every situation,
Yes.
right? And
Right.
so effective communication is making sure that we understand where that person is. We may disagree, and it's okay to disagree. Even
Yes.
today, when we look at the climate of
Yes.
our world, and not just our world, but let's be very specific and call it what it is about America, okay,
Yes.
today.
Mhm.
If a person voted for their
Mhm.
bank accounts versus peace, there's a fundamental issue that I have.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to put it all on me tonight. There's a fundamental issue because you can have all the money in the world, all the money in the world. But if you don't have peace and love and you're connected with people and in this harmony in your life, you're destined for death. You're destined for hatred. You're destined for a life that is not fulfilling. So it's so important that we communicate love, that we communicate light, that we
Yeah.
be the salt on the earth, be the person that really and this is what being a powerhouse woman is all about. Be a person that uplifts someone else, and be slow to be intimidated, be slow to take offense,
Yes.
give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Now if they show you how they are up front,
Mhm.
then as Queen Maya Angelou would say, believe them, right?
Yes.
Believe them.
Mm-hmm.
However, still give them some grace. I'm going to give you some grace. Let's see. Okay. But at the end of the day, if it's not going to change, zebras don't change their stripes.
Hello.
So we understand that, and it's okay. And it's okay to reposition them or eliminate them altogether. So that's what communication is all about.
Exactly. And this is one key thing that you said, is that we have to be that change that we want to see, but at the same time our outflow brings in the inflow. So if someone's showing you who they are and it's not what you need, that's the eliminate portion. Because if you don't eliminate that, what is your outflow going to be? Probably negativity. You're going to feel resentment. And so you're putting that out into the ether, and it has a ripple effect on everything you do.
Sure does.
So whatever your outflow is going to bring your inflow. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to float right on back in a quick moment. Be right back.
Great morning. Welcome to the Ultimate Planning Hour, where women coaches and entrepreneurs come to be educated, equipped, and empowered to plan your work and work their plans. Join me here on the Powerhouse in Motion campus every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time to maximize each day, optimize your performance, and bring harmony to your life.
All right. Make sure you catch that show. You will be so happy you did. So listen, Pam, we have so many people coming in. We've got a laundry list of varying comments. So I want to get right into it. Pam, who do we have right here? It looks like we got Jamari Phillips out of Georgia. Good to see you. How you doing? Okay. Angela says both have such great energies. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Angela.
And we have Medea Candelar all the way out of Canada. Hey there. She said, hello, my darling Lotus and beautiful Pamela. Blessings to you both, and blessings right back at you.
Blessings to you. Yes.
All right. So, Piangela, good to see you, darling. Blessings. Glad to catch you live. I am so happy that you caught me live, too. So make sure you hashtag ignite and take flight in every area of your life, darling. I appreciate you. Let's see who else we got. And Pam, they wanted the nuggets. They wanted the good stuff. They wanted the nook and crannies, and they put a bunch of 3s in there and 4s in there, telling us, get it on. Let's get it on. We want the powerhouse in motion nuggets. So Angela says, first need to know one's potential before unleashing. How can you assist someone find their potential? Pam?
It takes me, that question, thank you for that question, Angela. It takes me back to when I was downsized the third time. So I was a director of a college, and I had been in that position for about 10 months. And when I was in that position, I'd hired the staff, trained the staff, and I had to turn that around very quickly because the president of the college decided to sever a 15-year relationship with a third-party company that was responsible for the marketing, the enrollment, and the recruitment of all the students. And I was responsible for 2 campuses. Wow. And so at that moment, though, I was actually a business development specialist, and they hired me initially to develop the nursing program. So I developed that program. They brought on a nursing director. We launched that program, and we were in motion. But then,
yes, you were.
That's when the president decided to sever the relationship with this third-party company about 18 months into my role. And so what happened after that was, I had to create a new plan. Why? Because God tapped me on my shoulder. I wasn't prepared for that plan. I didn't even know I was going to do that plan. However, God said, you do it. There was no plan in place. The president didn't have a plan in place. And so I created that plan, a new organizational chart. I put my name in it as the director, and it was accepted. And so I had to create an entirely new staff. And so I did that within the 6 months, and we continued to, promote the other programs and run the nursing program. And then a new sheriff came to town. Mm-hmm. We all know what happened. what happens
Yes.
when the new sheriff comes to town, right? And
Yes.
so about 4 months later, I was downsized. So due to economic conditions, we're going to have to let you go. They gave me severance and the whole nine. But you know, it's important to know in terms of unleashing that potential. On that day, October 8, 2010, ask me how I remember. When I walked outside after I'd received that notice, right? And I looked into the heavens, I said, God, what's next for me? Totally unexpected because see, I have been working 12, 14, 16, 18-hour days. And at that time, my son, I was a single mom. My son was a senior in high school and had a little first grader.
Oh.
And so what was I to do? So I went through the grieving cycle and I went home and I sat down and I took a notebook and pen. So if you are challenged, I don't like the word struggle, but if you're challenged with identifying your potential, what I want you to do is to do what I did. I went home, I took that notebook and pen, and I began to write down everything, every good thing that God had instilled inside of me, all of my characteristics, all of my qualities, all of my abilities, and everything I had done since I could remember, going all the way back to that lemonade stand when I was a little girl on my mother's sidewalk, because at that time we didn't have a driveway. So I was on mama's sidewalk selling lemonade when I was a little girl. So I wrote down everything that I had done in my life. And it led me to coaching. And that's when I went and I got certification as a Christian life coach. So Angela, to answer that question, get a notebook and pen out for those out there who are really trying to identify their potential and their capacity. Write it down because you really already know. But what tends to happen, Lotus, is what I find and what I have found working with clients is that we allow our past mistakes,
Yes,
our regrets, or
yes,
things that people have told us
yes,
to keep us in bondage.
yes.
And it puts blinders, right? It's like blinders over our eyes where it's hard to see our potential when we're so inundated with all that stuff, right?
Yes.
But we have to lift the blinders up, take it off, take the blinders off.
Yes.
And look yourself face to face and say, okay, yep, I know all the things I don't like about me. I know all the things I haven't done and should have done and could have done and would have done, and the things that people said about me. But what have I done that's made an impact? What have I done where I've used my gifts and talents to serve the world? What have I done? And so that's how you really work to embrace, first of all, identify that potential and then embrace that potential.
Yes. And let me say also, folks, when she led off, she said she wrote it down in her book. She wrote it down. And I always say note takers are money makers, but this is another thing that I want to share with you. Note makers are cycle breakers. Note makers are cycle breakers. So if you're going through a cycle of negativity in your life, you're going through a cycle of lack in your life, you're going through a cycle of unrest in your life, write it down and make it plain. That's okay. Right. The Bible even speaks of that we should write it down and make it plain. Because note makers are cycle breakers. So if you're ready to break the cycle, write it down, make it plain, and take action.
That's good stuff, Lotus.
All right. So let's move on a little bit more, because I tell you the time is flying, and I tell you we just really getting started good. So let's take another comment, because I saw someone here that had a comment. Nikki Hammer had a comment. It's kind of a big comment. So give me a second. I'm gonna try to minimize it on the screen because I always like to make sure I get people's comments. Okay, so Nikki said, when you have full trust and honest team, but I have learned, she said, yeah, so you were saying, yeah, you need a full team, blah, blah, blah. But she said, I have learned people will betray your positive, great business for themselves or get business for themselves into the blessing that was taken away from you. And how can you rebuild your business again without putting yourself back through taking your blessed from you again? So take it, losing that blessing again.
I get it. It's interesting, Nikki, that you asked that question. I thank you for being very candid. That's not easy to talk about, is it? No. You know, when you've gone through a situation, a relationship in business, any relationship, but especially in business, when you're dealing with your money and you're dealing with reputation, You're dealing with, especially if it's something that you started. Okay.
Yes.
It's your baby. It's like having a baby, and you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. So yeah, it's very difficult. So thank you, Nikki. So I would say, number one, that's where clarity comes in.
Yes.
Getting real clear about what it is you want to have happen, right? What it is you need is the next phase.
Mm-hmm.
But number one is you. And so I always say it. I've had several partnerships, and one beautiful partnership in Charlotte, North Carolina. That was just, I couldn't have asked for a better business partner. But when I first got started in business, I had a business partner, and I'll be honest, I didn't do everything just right. Mm-hmm. I did not have that partnership agreement in place. Mm-hmm. And that was my number one mistake. So to you, Nikki, I say, first of all, get clear about where you're going in your business and what it is you want to do. Developing, as Lotus said earlier, that strategic plan, right? And then what do you need to make that plan happen? Are you bringing in a business partner? And if you are bringing in a business partner, be very specific before you even seek the business partner. Pray about the business partner. That's number one. And God will reveal that person or persons to you. And then the next thing is to write down the non-negotiables. And I even say this in relationships, when you're looking for a life partner, write down the non-negotiables. What is it that I will not deal with? What won't I even allow in my space, right? So write down the non-negotiables, the tiebreakers, the deal breakers, right? Mm-hmm. And once you do that, getting very clear, and then you're ready to take on a partner. But even when you engage that partner, you interview each other.
Yes.
That person might be a good fit for you, but you may not be a good fit for them.
Hello.
So it's understanding both parties, and understanding both visions, right? Because their vision may not align with your vision. And we've got to look at vision. You got to look at mission. Of course, the mission are the different ways or strategies in which you make the vision happen. We also need to look at values. What are your core values as a business owner? Mm-hmm. So when you do all of that, and then what are your goals? So all of that must align when we're talking about business and going into business and or relationships with someone. Yes. All of those things must align, because if not, if one piece it's like that, what do you call that game, Lotus, where you pull the pieces out?
Jenga.
Jenga. It's like Jenga. You move the pieces and it comes crumbling down. But if you're strategic and you position it just right, you remove it. However, it's still standing. That's a firm foundation. That you're planning for a firm foundation. So in order to do that, the next phase again is creating that partnership agreement, and both of you being very, very clear in that, and all making sure all the terms are spelled out in that partnership agreement. So hopefully that answered your question. If it did not, please go ahead and comment, Nikki. That would be great.
And this is another thing I wanted to say. You got to stay connected. Again, we go back to that. You got to stay connected and communicate. Get rid of the negative ways that we communicate, because again, the communication piece will render what is the vision, what is the mission, what are our values, and what are our goals. So when you have all those in place, and I love how you really went through that short laundry list of what people really need to do to really get to the nitty gritty to find out if they need to be in that relationship at all. Because now mind you, we're talking about business. We're talking about how to be the powerhouse in motion. But guess what? Being the powerhouse in motion is not just in your business, how you make money. It's also in the business of your life.
That's right.
If your personal life is in shambles, your business life soon will feel the trickle down effects of what's going on in your home. So peace and harmony. And now, Pam, this is something that you said early on. Pray about it. Seek higher counsel. So that is what I encourage all of you to do. Seek higher counsel. Don't just leave it to yourself. Don't just think that you know all that there is to know and no one else knows but you, because guess what? You're probably not correct. And so with that being said,
that's right.
Get that in check, and we'll be right back. Many people are trying to get in front of people on social media and don't know how because they don't know how to live stream. Well, you've come to the right place at the right time. And if you want to get noticed, you need to see Lotus. So reach out to her at www.lotusigniteyou.com. That's www.lotusigniteyou.com so that you can get in front of the people that need your services and your products today. Awesome sauce. So Pam, I tell you, we got some more comments. Let's grab a couple of those comments. And thank you so much, Nikki Hammer, for that question. Speaking, coming from your heart, sharing that, showing. And Angie said, flow. Yes, you've got to stay in flow because when you're in flow, in motion, the depression, the negative thoughts, it's harder to pin you down and keep you under its thumb if you stay in flow. And another quick thing, make sure you have positive people around you.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone in your circle is negative. You need a new circle. So let's say hi to Sakoni Prince. Good to see you. Happy to have you here. And Brandy B, happy to have you here. Good to see you. And Nanette Sanchez. Hey there, Nanette. Let us know where you're coming in from. Yes, Nanette said peace and harmony. Oh, and I like what Angie said. Angela said, I love it. Non-negotiables. What are you not willing to put up with? Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
You have to adjust yourself in your seat for that.
What? let me tell you something. This is what I know is that sometimes, and Pam, I'm gonna do my spiel, and then I want you to go at it. I want you to go at it. Sometimes when you're in a relationship with people, whether it's a business relationship or a love relationship, sometimes we become so much more of them than we are of ourselves. And then when the relationship goes awry or it fizzles out, the flame turns into a flicker and this to smolder and ash, we are lost. We are perplexed because we don't know where we start and where they ended. Okay. So make sure that no matter what you do, you stay in flow, stay true to yourself as well. And don't be somebody that you're not to have that person in a love relationship or even in a business relationship. You know why? I'm going back to our mentor, Maya Angelou, because when people tell you who they are, believe them. So at some juncture, they're going to show up. And if it's a non-negotiable, don't even go down the road of non-negotiables.
That's right.
Pam, what you got?
That's right. And I think earlier I said that you still give them the grace, even though they show you who they are. If they show you who they are and you believe them, then we need to reposition them. So I need to retract that. You definitely need to reposition them once they show you. But I also wanted to share something that you said earlier and just expound on it just a little bit.
Sure.
How we do one thing is how we do everything. And that is life. And so during this time of COVID, I've had to have some come to Jesus's with myself. Me and Jesus been really communicating.
Yes.
Right? I've been looking at my life and looking at how I have done some things in my life. And I said, you know what? I need to change in this area. I need to reposition this. I do need to add that. So that's why the care method is so critical, because I've been using it myself in really refining my life as a woman, my life as a mother, as a caregiver and a daughter to my mother, my friend circle, my family circle. I have been looking at every aspect of my life. And really, if we look at ourselves, we're an onion. I love to use the analogy that we're an onion, and we've got to peel it back. We've got to peel it back so that we can really get to the good stuff and understand our core values. And at the core, all humans, at the core, every human, and Mary Kay said it best, everybody has a sign, or an invisible sign around their neck. It says, make me feel important.
Yes, right? Yes.
And so love.
And so, Pam, I want to stop for one moment
Yes.
So for those of you, I see a lot of people, they're still coming in. So those of you that's coming in, I haven't acknowledged you yet. I'm going to get to you. But for those of you that's coming in, if you're just tuning in, tonight we are talking about the powerhouse woman in motion. But guys, you can be powerhouses in motion too. So tell your sons, tell your daughters, tell your nieces, tell your nephews, tell your mamas, tell your grandmamas, your grandpapas, tell your friends, and tell your frenemies to come on in and get in where they fit in, because I always got room around my table here at Lotus Richey Ignites, because I've got Miss Pamela Luhing.
All right.
She's a coach, she's a speaker, she's an entrepreneur, but most importantly, she is the CEO of what you're doing here tonight for becoming the powerhouse.
That's right.
She's helping us to learn how to be a powerhouse, not just in business, but also in life. So I wanted to say that. So if you haven't liked, share, start a watch party, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody, because Miss Pamela Luhing is on fire in the house tonight. So she's talking right now about the care method. And if you missed it, I'm going to ask her to tell us one more again. That's what I said, friend. One more again, what the care method is. And I'm going to put it up here. Pam?
Right. So continue. So again, this is a method that you can use in your life, in your business, when you evaluate your behaviors, your attitudes, and the people in your life. The C is for continue. So what are you doing right now in your life and business that you want to continue, that's serving you well? So there has to be parameters around what you're going to continue, those non-negotiables that we talked about, making sure that we're clear on what I need to continue that's serving me well, or that will serve me well. Maybe you have just entered into the first 30 days in your business of a new marketing strategy. We know that in order for marketing strategies to work, we've got to work them not just 30 days, 60 days, but it really takes 90 days for a great marketing strategy to take hold. So it's important that we understand that and we continue doing those things that are going to propel us forward. The A is for add. What do we need to add to the equation, to the mix? What do we need? Do we need to adopt a new attitude about how we see things, a new perspective on how we view different situations in our lives, different people in our lives? Then the R is for reposition. What do we need to reposition? Perhaps things are not working so well for you over in Facebook. Maybe you need to be on Instagram. Okay, so maybe we need to reposition our strategies. And then lastly, E, what do we need to eliminate that's not serving us well? Getting up late. Maybe we need to eliminate the poor habits in our lives. And then people in our lives who don't serve us well. And as an example, if a person who does not serve you well calls or texts you, and the moment you see their name pop up on your phone, your hands begin to get sweaty, okay? Your palms begin to get sweaty. You begin to have a physiological response to their name, and just seeing their name. Hint, hint, it's time to eliminate. It's time to eliminate. So that's what the care method is. Continue, add, reposition, or eliminate in every area. You can use it again in life and business.
In every area of your life. In every area of your life. Yes. So Pam, I got to tell you, I love the care method. I challenge each and every one of you to utilize the care method. And if you're afraid to eliminate those things that don't serve you, and you have some fear around that, go ahead and understand that you got to identify that fear. Where is that fear coming from? Face it head on. Like our brother Les Brown said, fear is false evidence appearing real. It only will limit you as much as you allow it to limit you. Okay. And it's unequivocal. Fear eliminates you. So what you have to do is reprogram your mind for your success, because that's what a powerhouse woman or a powerhouse man does. They reprogram their mind for success. And I double dog dare you to step out of your fear, step into faith, and step into the care method. So we've got a couple folks with some more comments. We're going to take a quick break because I want to let you see how you could step out of fear into faith, into the care method, and also develop a strategic plan for your life. So that's going to help elevate you. So with no further ado, we're going to take a quick break. and share something with you from my wonderful guest, Pamela Luhing. We'll be right back.
The 2021 Powerhouse Woman in Motion Ultimate Planning System for Life and Business. This planning system is for you, the powerhouse woman in motion who is resilient. You embrace challenges because you know they come to make you stronger. You know your challenges are just chances to prove to yourself that you have what it takes. As a coach for women entrepreneurs, I designed the Powerhouse Woman in Motion Ultimate Planning System for your life and your business. It is for women entrepreneurs on the go who want to leave nothing to chance. Nothing beats pen to paper or having a plan to relieve stress in your life. No more struggling to figure out what to do next. Your planner is like having a business coach at your fingertips. It's a tool to help you determine the best decision for every goal you make. You will be inspired, educated, and empowered. Grab your copy today and get ready to make 2021 your best and most productive year yet.
Awesome, awesome. So we have had such a wonderful time, and we're like 3 minutes outside of the top of the hour. So folks, for those of you that are just joining us, I got to tell you, if you missed this broadcast, go ahead, make sure you hit the replay, because tonight we have been on fire with our guest, Miss Pamela Luhing. Okay. And she has shared so many golden nuggets in this hour that we have called the Powerhouse in Motion Hour. Okay. Right. Because we came to tell you about the powerhouse in you, because you have a powerhouse in you. And in order to really unleash that powerhouse, you've got to use the CARE method.
Got to use the CARE method.
Okay. You got to make sure that you continue what's working, what's serving you. Okay. You want to make sure you add things that's going to enhance you, and you got to reposition yourself. If you're in a place that's not serving you, or if you're around people that's not serving you, you got to reposition yourself, because sometimes we have jobs and people around us don't serve us, but we can't quit our job because the mortgages do, without really setting ourselves up with another successful mode of income. We may have to reposition, start our own businesses or what have you. And then sometimes we have to eliminate. But in order to do all of that, we have to really, really identify what's important with us. We have to get clear with ourselves. Okay. We have to find ways to eliminate our poor communication. That's what Ms. Pam and I talked about. And check this out. You've got to really get clear about what it is that you need. Okay. And then get that great team. Get that great team to help you. Get a great coach to help you, because great coaches need great coaches. And this is something that we talked about. Listen to understand rather than to always just be understood. But you don't understand me. So listen so that you can understand. And that's really a part of eliminating poor communication too. Right. Okay. So make sure you do that. And here's something that Pam shared with us. Be the difference in the world that uplifts. So make sure that you're doing your part to uplift someone else. Okay. Make sure you're doing your part to uplift someone else. So we are going to take a quick look at the comments, because so many people just started streaming in, Pam, when we were talking. They was like, oh, wait a minute, I got to get my 2 cents in, and we want your 2 cents. So let's look at what we got. So we have Dr. Selena Pinoshimo here as well. We got P. Angela Jones. She said, this is so rich wisdom. So thank you so much. And Dr. Selena Pinoshimo, she's here with us tonight. Yes. And she says, prayer is powerful. And yeah, we talked about prayer. Make sure you're praying about the decisions that you make. And then that said, always pray about it. No matter what you do, always pray about it. And she's coming in all the way from Texas, telling us to pray, pray. And then Dr. Selena Pinoshimo said, seeking the inner culture. What is your inner culture? Do you know? Things that make you go, okay. And Dexter Sadler, the money doctor. Hi, good to see you. He said, y'all speaking. good stuff tonight. Thank you so much. And all the way from Japan, we have Takako Matsudaira. She says, hello, Lotus. Good to see you. And Dr. Sadler, let us know where you're streaming in from tonight. And Miss Angela said, be a powerhouse in motion. Teaching how to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, and eliminate what's limiting you from being successful. And Angela also said, check out the ultimate planning system, because it's not just like a planner, it's a system so you can plan for success. So remember that. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with our final words of wisdom this evening. Be right back. So you need a VA professional? You come to the right place at the right time for a general virtual assistant. If you need graphic design that will blow your mind, and video editing, social media management. And let's face it, so many people need web design. How about a landing page or an email marketing campaign? You're in the right place at the right time to enhance your business with Lotus and Ignite VA professional services. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome. So, folks, I am super duper happy that Pamela Luhing has been my esteemed, wonderful guest here this evening. And we've shared so many wonderful things about how you can help the powerhouse in you. And so we're going to leave you with some words of wisdom. Pam?
The final word of wisdom that I'll share tonight is get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Eliminate the things that are keeping you from your goals and your aspirations. Get out of your own way and allow yourself to receive constructive feedback when someone gives it to you. Get out of your own way and know that it's okay not to know. It's okay to move and not be perfect. Do and be imperfectly, right? So you're moving and you're not looking for perfection. You're just looking to get it done. So get out of your own way. Be open to receive, especially, when we talk about Lotus and her team. I cannot tell you what a blessing her team has been to my business. All of my videos you've seen, the redesign of the planning system, Lotus's team has done. So you've got to have a great team. So get out of your own way, step out on faith, pray about everything, and get that great team and that great coach to help you do what you need to do all that God is calling you to do to make your impact in the world.
All right. Thank you so much, Pam. I so appreciate you. Y'all give a virtual standing ovation to my guest, Mrs. Pamela Luhing. So thank you so much, Pam. I so appreciate you for being here tonight. And if any of you want to be the celebrity on the show, don't forget, hit me up and make sure you join me again this coming Tuesday, this coming Friday, and every day in between. Why? Because I, too, am working on making sure that I stay a powerhouse in motion. God bless you all and have a good evening. And thank you.
Have a great evening.
You want to be a celebrity guest on the show and you want to know where to go? Well, go to www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com. Again, that's www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com. www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com to be the celebrity